So I want to talk about the Charlotte Vincent facial expressions and how over the 10 years of working together that has caused a deep sense of connection and unity between us over the many years that we have worked together and been very deep friends. So for those of you who know, you will probably agree that it is very difficult for Charlotte to hide anything that she thinks because her face says everything. And so you always really know where you're at with Charlotte. It must be her physical theatre training or her background, but on Charlotte's face is the whole world, whether that's a response to you when she's observing a rehearsal and just taking place, or having a glance at you. It says it all. I found that it's very difficult for you to not know what is going on in Charlotte's thought process. All you have to do is to look at her face, and that says everything. So over the years of working together, Charlotte and I have developed this code of understanding where we actually very rarely need to speak to each other. All it takes is one of those little looks or little turns to each other, often at exactly the same moment when something is happening on stage that either we think, oh yes, that's it, or we think, not so sure. And I can always depend on the fact that all I have to do is to slightly turn my head, and very often Charlotte will have done the same, and I'll be able to see from her face exactly what she's thinking about that moment. And what I found over the years that we've worked together is that one of those unique situations in which we often think exactly the same thing at exactly the same moment. And that gives me a real sense of joy and connection of working with Charlotte, because it's down to the finest, minute details that Charlotte's eye and care and passion and professionalism goes. And I feel very privileged as a outside eye, critical friend, good friend, twin, supporter, fan, protagonist, challenger, to have been able to occupy this role next to Charlotte over the years, and to be able to sit often with a bit of distance on a row as we're watching a show or in a moment, and to know that that telepathy, facial sign language is emanating between us, and it's a real joy to work with somebody in that calibre of care and detail that Charlotte has. I'm very privileged to have been able to work alongside her, and that little flick of the eye and nod and look and note-taking that we often do at exactly the same time also gives me a real sense of camaraderie and collaboration. I think Charlotte is an incredible collaborator and leader at the same time. And so that's something that I want to honour, is the Charlotte Vincent facial expression telepathy. Love you, Charlotte.